All right, ladies and gentlemen, the drill is always the same. Like, share, subscribe, comment on the videos, and you can always let us know what is your view and what has been your experience. Like we always do, you guys know what time it is. So I would like to share with you something, share something with you guys today. You have probably seen this thing with the narcissist, but you didn't know what it is, and you are wondering what exactly is happening with this individual. Why are they behaving or acting this way? Okay. Now, first of all, let us understand that the narcissist, they have got a very demonic spirit inside them. That's the spirit which operates within the narcissist, using the narcissist. Like I've always told you guys again and again, the narcissist, they're the physical vessels, but there's a spiritual entity, demonic entity that has actually attached to the narcissist. You guys have heard about the Jezebel, that Jezebel spirit, especially with the women if you're dealing with a narcissistic woman. Now, this Jezebel spirit has got an intention and has got an intention to crush you and to break you down. They will be nice to you, of course. You know, you'll be with them. They will be nice to you sometimes, and they will tell you some nice things that you want to hear. You know, buy you some little presents, and show you the beautiful side of life. But the time is going to come when they are going to start abusing you and crushing you down. They have a mission to bring you down on your knees. You see, I've told you guys we're dealing with two people who are on a completely opposite side of the spectrum. So we have got the empath on the other side, and then we have got the narcissist on the other side. So these two people, individuals, they are constantly at war. And most of the times we have got empaths who are actually sleeping giants. A lot of you guys, you underestimate yourself. You think you're worthless. Like they've always told you you are. Probably you've grown up in a dysfunctional family unit. So that's the only thing you used to hear, that you're worthless, you cannot amount to anything. That's a lie. You are a sleeping giant. The very moment you discover your power and who you are, you're going to understand why life has always been and has always turned out the way it has been in your journey. These Jezebels, they have got an assignment to destroy you. They are going to try. They will even stop trying. They will start to do it in front of your face. Now, most of the cases, you're going to experience this thing whereby you guys will get into an argument. I'm putting out a real case scenario here now. So you guys will get into an argument. You start fighting around for something, and normally it's something very small. It is even meaningless. You don't even know sometimes why you're fighting for these things. You will fight, and you will argue. You will quarrel. And you're going to notice that anytime that you start up an argument, this Jezebel is going to get very excited in that argument. They are going to get extremely excited because remember that you are going into the narcissist playground. The narcissist wants to get data with you, so they are like pigs. They want to drag you along in the dirt. So what they do now, they're going to argue around and fight with you. And then for some reason, because you see sometimes the empaths, you withdraw a little bit because you're like, you're not going to get down with this. You know what I mean? You don't want to get into, maybe sometimes you're thinking that actually you're going to hurt somebody. So sometimes you step back and let these people take the lead. Those individuals, the moment you step back, now you're reflecting in your mind. You're thinking that, oh, what has this argument been all about? Why have we been arguing in the first place? What has caused this entire argument? You do not even understand the reason as to why you have been fighting for that matter. So now you're stepping back and you are reflecting on this argument, this confrontation, whatever it has been with the narcissist. Ladies and gentlemen, as you're doing that reflection and you're thinking about stuff and you're thinking that maybe you shouldn't have said some things or you shouldn't have done some things, you are hurting because at that moment, normally during those arguments, the narcissist is going to say some things that are going to completely break your soul. Because I've told you these individuals, these are vampires. Their intention is to break your soul. So when they have done this and you're hurting, this may sometimes even happen during those devaluation stages when you guys are going through the devaluation. So it is a very common scenario during the devaluation. The narcissist is going to continuously, on purpose, break you down. They want to crush your soul. And then you're going to notice that in that moment when you're hurting, they have hurt you, they have said some very nasty things towards you. They're going to take out their phones and they're going to start doing selfies and making selfies with you. Oh, come on, can you smile for a picture? You know what I mean? They're going to come, oh, you know what? You guys have just been in an argument, a very, very intensive one. And then they'll put out their cameras and their phones and they're going to ask you for a selfie. So they want to take a picture with you all of a sudden after that argument, in that state in that very terrible state, horrible state that you are. Those individuals, they will mess you up and abuse you, and they're going to keep the receipts. So the pictures they are taking in that moment, those are receipts. So it is like, for example, they are feeling victorious about this whole thing. Or they have been able to bring you down on your knees. You know what I mean? They have brought you down to your knees so much that they can even now take a picture, something like a memory of that particular event that has happened. Now, I used to see this thing normally in those days when I was going through the triangulation stage. You know, the triangulation, you guys know about the triangulation. So I used to have this situation in the triangulation. And usually I didn't understand what it was, you know what I mean? But I noticed that actually they were having a kickoff. These particular individuals, and we're not talking about one or two of them. There were so many of them. They were having a kickoff from this confrontation because they thought that actually they had won. And to register that in their head that they have won, they are going to take a selfie. They will take a picture. Sometimes you will see them. They will pull out their phones and they start recording you. Maybe you're hurting in the bedroom, for example. You've gone out like you, some of you the ladies. You know how it goes. So sometimes you've been hurt and you know you want to go out in the bedroom. You're crying and everything. You're feeling about yourself, and then you're waiting for those guys to come around and apologize to you. Instead of the nurses coming around to apologize for the things that they've done to you, they're going to start recording you. Sometimes they may even record you in your sleep. You see them with their phones, they're recording you in your sleep. And you're wondering, what is there to record in the first place? They have nothing to explain. They have no apology to make to you, but they've got the time to record that event. And they are going to show these records, these photos or photographs or whatever, records, videos. They're going to send it to their family members. Oh, look at so and so and so. We had an argument and I said this and this, and now they are crying. They're in the bedroom upstairs sleeping and they're crying. And you're thinking that those individuals are hurting. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You are dealing with a soulless being. You are dealing with a Jezebel. This spirit, this demon, does not have even a gram. They do not have even the slightest bit of empathy in their hearts. So they are empty souls. The only fuel you give them, these individuals, the biggest, actually, the most efficient fuel you give a narcissist is to show them that you're hurting. That is where much of their supply is coming from. When they have broken you down, you're face flat on the ground, you're on your knees, you're begging, you're crying, and then you're pleading and everything, and you're crying in your room, you're shedding a lot of tears, ladies and gentlemen, you're giving these Jezebels a very huge, significant amount of fuel. They're getting a lot of kickoff from that. That is what they enjoy to do because that is their playground. That is the playground of a narcissist. What am I trying to say in this video? Do not ever show a narcissist. You can do that if you haven't yet figured out a lot of things about them. If you have figured out you're dealing with a narcissist, do not ever, ever give them your emotion. Do not ever show them that you're hurting, you're suffering, you're in pain, and you're begging them to come back, you're pleading with them. Do not do that with a narcissist, ladies and gentlemen. You're giving those Jezebels a lot of fuel doing that. So they're having a kickoff from your pain. Because you see, the more pain they cause in your life is the better they feel about themselves. Because on the opposite, actually, they are feeling very powerful. Because these Jezebels, remember that these are very low vibrational spirits. Let me repeat this one more time, ladies and gentlemen. These demons and these Jezebels, those spirits that are actually inside of the narcissist, they are very low vibrational spirits. And low vibrational spirits, they only the best you can do for them, those low vibrational spirits, is to give them negative fuel. So they are getting this negative fuel. They are getting a kick off from this negative energy, watching you crying, going through pain and suffering. If you're going through a discard, don't show the narcissist that you're hurting. Do not, I repeat, do not show that narcissist that you're going through pain. You will be going through pain. I've gone through that pain as well, ladies and gentlemen. And I did a few mistakes as well. But as a guy who has been there, do not ever show the narcissist that you're hurting. The more you show these narcissists that you're hurting, is the more actually you're fueling them up. You're boosting their ego, because now they are feeling in their empty shells, in their empty bodies, in their empty souls, that they're powerful. Because they can bring down a very big, mighty giant like you. Because remember that you guys, you're giants. Let me tell you something. Do not underestimate yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Empaths, do not, for whichever reason, ever underestimate yourself. You have got to know that these are very low vibrational spirits that you're dealing with. You are in spiritual warfare. The reason why they are fighting you is because they know the power that has been given and has been bestowed within you, within your soul. So they know how big and how bright you shine. It's just because you're a sleeping giant. You have not yet awakened to your true power and your true authenticity. So they are taking advantage of this to make sure that they keep you asleep and they keep you exactly where you are. Is the reason as to why you see most of the times when you try to wake up, when it's like you're starting to understand a lot of things, you're asking the questions, you're asking them, okay, so what does that mean and what does this mean? It's like you're starting to question their sanity. They are gaslighting you that you're crazy. Oh, shut up. What are you even talking about? You know, you are the one who is crazy. Go and see a doctor, go and see a nurse or things like that. Go to the hospital. They are actually confirming it to you that you're crazy. But ladies and gentlemen, you're not crazy. It's just because you're catching up with these Jezebels. So these individuals, they know that you have been given a lot of power. You have got a lot of power within you. They can even see this light from afar. They only came in to take that power from you so that they can be able to survive. Because remember that they are surviving and thriving off of your fuel, off of your energy. They are using your energy to survive and to thrive. But for them to come in, they are first of all going to get close to you, be around you, start manipulating you and abusing you so that you can now hand over your power spiritually to those individuals. Now they can thrive, they can survive. Without your energy, they are decomposing. But regardless of what you do, ladies and gentlemen, do not, I repeat, do not cry in front of a narcissist, because they do not understand anything about empathy. They do not have even the slightest bit of empathy. They do not feel anything in their souls. They are empty shells. I've told you guys over and over again. They cannot feel what you feel. You are feeling. You're an empath, so you're feeling that, okay, so these guys have hurt you. You're crying and you're in pain and all these kind of things. They cannot feel anything. Ladies and gentlemen, these people, they are rocks. Instead of showing you any form of emotions, that okay, so they can feel with you. Maybe they come around and apologize, more, say sorry or something like that. They have done something to you, so they're coming around to apologize. The only thing they are going to do, they are going to take out their cameras, ladies and gentlemen, and they're going to take a selfie with you. I want you to look back in your photographs. If a person who has been dealing with a narcissist, go back and look inside your photographs. Look very closely in the pictures that you guys used to take. You're going to notice that there are a lot of pictures with those individuals. And most of those pictures you took with them, that is the moment you guys had an argument. Let me repeat this one more time, ladies and gentlemen. If you would like to confirm what I'm talking about, I want you to go back and look at your photographs. The photographs that you have got with the narcissist. Maybe they are selfies. You guys took a selfie with them, or you guys were in the bed. You took some weird pictures with them. Pay very close attention to those pictures. You're going to see in those photographs, in that moment at that time, you guys had just had an argument. You had a fight. You were still hurting. You were still in pain. And then they came around smiling and they took a picture with you. In that picture, you are the miserable one and they're the happy ones. So they're going to come around with their teeth on the top. That, oh, this is my boyfriend. And all of a sudden they're taking a picture. They're raising all these whatever pictures, selfies and everything. They are taking a picture in that moment when you're hurting. They want to keep the records. they are keeping the receipts of that argument. Whenever they go back to look at those photographs, they're having a kickoff. So these are like memories, you know what I mean? Because you guys already know that we take pictures for memories. So what the narcissist is doing now, they are taking these pictures for the memories. Every time you see them, they're going to look back in those pictures, and they're going to see those pictures when you guys had a fight at that moment and you were crying and you were hurting. Then they came around and took a selfie with you. So put it in the back of your mind, ladies and gentlemen, you do not express your feelings and your emotions to the narcissist. They're going to take the stamps, they're going to take the receipts, and they're going to keep the memories. They do not care in whichever way how much you feel, because they do not feel anything in their souls. They are empty shells. They are balloons. If that has happened to you, I would like to know in the comment section below. Let us know what has been your experience. And until then, guys, it's been a blessing and always a blessing to have you guys on board. I'll catch you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Love and blessings. Peace.